Hey everybody, welcome back. Wanted to show you guys this real quick. The screws that they give you are kind of, I forget what they call them, but they have like an angle to them. They're like a, totally forget what it's called. Anyway, it allows you to go flush with the screw. And these L brackets that they use for the servos normally have like a recess cut into them, so when you put the screw in there it sets flush, but these didn't have it on that. But I want to show you. So this is the hatch for the flap and inboard slat servo box, and I've done these two already, but I take a real thin drill bit to drill the hole, and then to give it that recess so these screws are flush, I just take a bigger size drill bit, the size of the screw head, and then just, you have to be real careful, you'll go all the way through it, but just turn it a little bit and it'll add a totally forget what that's called. And what it does is put that tapered angle in the hatch so that it allows the screw to go flush. If not, you use these, pretty much when you hit that angled portion of it, it'd stop, and you'd have probably 2 millimeters of screw still sticking out, because it would hit the it would hit the hatch. But when you recess it like this, alright, that one's stripping. Get another screw. Yeah, their screws that they use are real soft, and if you're not careful, you'll strip them, or you'll even break the head off the screw. Plus, these wings are mainly carbon fiber, so it's a little bit tougher to get the screws in there. There we go. So, nice and flush screws. Alright, so I got you guys here. Can't really do much other than install the servos. I was able to do the flap servo, which you saw in the last video, but until I get my linkage set with the slat control horns and the rods, I really can't do anything more than install those. But I'm going to do as much as I can. So just to show you guys, you have to put this flashlight here. You have to get the slat servo. This is the inboard slats, leading edge slat servo. So you have to put it in first, and then you put this guy in, which is your flap servo. And then, of course, you take this guy. Where's it at? Anyways, there's your brass tube. You insert that rod. No, it's down here. Goes in just like this, and it basically slides into your servo. And then as your servo operates, so this would be flaps up and then flaps down. That's all it does. One thing you gotta worry about is, because it's wood on both sides of this, as over time it'll probably wear. And if you needed to, you could always put a brass sleeve or something over that to take out the slop. But mine seemed pretty tight. Didn't think there was any developed yet, so. But that's it. Just wanted to show you guys that real quick. Inboard slat, flap, spoiler, and then your outboard slat servo will be right here. So 4 servos in the wings. So, but that's about it. Just want to show you guys that, and be real careful when you're drilling these holes. for these screws here to mount this in, because if you're not careful you go all the way through. I put a little hole in the bottom of my wing. Luckily it's just a small little thing, and you can't really see it, so I'll just fill it in with some filler and then take a little dab of the gray and cover that up. Even, heck, you probably wouldn't even see it. I mean, it's tiny, tiny. So just be careful about that. I was doing it by hand, and that soft wood went a lot faster, and I didn't think the carbon would cut that easy, and it went right through the carbon fiber. So just something to be careful for. Another thing too is the spoilers. All the hardware in there is just hand tight, so be sure and check it and Loctite it. The hinges for these things, like you can see them like here, are just little pieces of wire with an L in one side. They slide it through, and then they put a piece of air tubing on the back side to hold it in. You know, I'm sure it works. I would just, you know, it makes it removable. But if I have some, I think I'm going to put little screws in it with a nut on the end to keep those in there. So just personal preference. But I'm going to get back to putting the other servos in. You guys take it easy.